everyone, and welcome back to the Engler Journey podcast. Today, I'm so excited to have someone who embodies the English spirit, Jaya Nelson, and so nice to have you here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited to learn more about your story, especially your breakaway roping. I'm so excited to learn about that and your marketing and your website. Could you talk about how you got into the Engler program and how you learned about entrepreneurship and some of the challenges you had when building your business?
Yeah, I have kind of a unique path to Engler. I was a part of the first launch cohort. So back in high school, I was a sophomore in high school, and me and 3 other girls in my class started a gelato business. So we called it On the Go Gelato.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Rock County High School. So we were pretty proud of that. And we started that sophomore year and then continued that. It's still running at Rock County today. So it's been passed on through the family a little bit. My cousin, Jillian Buell, she's in the Engler program as well. Her youngest sister now, Ireland, is a part of the On the Go Gelato business. So we made and sold gelato out of the school. We did events, and then we shipped it across the U.S. We pitched to Shark Tank to the casting producers back when that was in Lincoln, our sophomore year. Made it through a couple rounds of that, so that was a really cool experience to be a part of. And kind of going through that, learning from Brennan through launch, that really got me into the Engler program and wanting to come to UNL. So graduated my senior year, came to UNL for the Engler program and then to rodeo as well, which kind of led to the breakaway coaching business. So I'm a breakaway roper here in the Great Plains region and at Pro Rodeo as well. And I just found that I love teaching people how to rope. And I was thankful to have a lot of coaches that helped me when I was growing up, because my family's not a rodeo family. We're a ranching family. So I come from entrepreneurs in that realm of things. But I never really had anybody to teach me how to rope or rodeo, for that matter. And so I was thankful that I was able to be connected to a lot of great coaches growing up. But I realized that that is not the case for everyone, especially if you don't come from a rodeo family. So I wanted to be a person for women especially, that they could learn how to rope, the ins and outs of rodeo. And that led me to Elite Breakaway Coaching and offering my expertise that I've gained from all of my mentors to help them through their career and just really help the up and coming sport of breakaway roping.
Oh, cool. So, I mean, really, you're giving back because you've had so many opportunities with breakaway roping. And so what were some of the challenges with building that business? Or when you started in Engler, did you even think about having that kind of a business with breakaway roping coaching?
I had this idea back my sophomore year, and talked to Dave Lamb about it, but never really did anything with it. I got hurt and had bicep surgery, so that was a big challenge of like, will I ever rope the same again? So I was out my sophomore year trying to recover from a bicep surgery, and that delayed the process of starting this. And then I got involved in some other like marketing businesses and kind of doing things like that, building websites for people. So it's really been on hold until this summer. And so this summer I've really worked to kind of kick things off, get it started, build a website, and start providing an online platform for breakaway coaching so I can reach people across the U.S.
Oh, okay. And what's your other business? I know you said it was marketing.
Yeah, so I build websites for people.
Okay.
I don't advertise a whole lot because I've been able to kind of build a website a month, and that's been keeping me going. But yeah, I love building websites and helping people share their stories.
Oh, yeah. So it kind of, relates with your business. You kind of started, did you start making websites with your breakaway roping?
Yeah, so I started the websites before
that.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I started building websites around my sophomore year of high school. I got into it. I worked for the Combine and Incubator on Innovation Campus, and that's where I kind of got started building websites. And I just found out I loved it randomly, and so I have been just building websites for people and trying to use my skills there to help them share their story.
Yeah, so Engler has really given you multiple avenues to really do things that you enjoy and make it into a business.
For sure.
Yeah. So talking about Engler, you're a senior now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So could you talk a little bit about Paul and what his impact was on your life when you first came into the Engler program?
Yeah. I kind of have a unique background there too. So being from Bassett,
Oh yeah.
he worked for my family when he was in high school in the hayfield. So my grandpa knew him really well.
Oh.
So he's shared lots of stories with me, and it's been really cool to be able to connect with Paul on that level. And he came and visited on the Go Gelato when we were in high school, and just meeting him, getting to talk to him, really that moment is what set like Engler's where I want to be. These are the people I want to surround myself with.
Yeah, and the gelato program, was that something that Paul inspired you to do, or was it just the school? They just created that.
Yeah, so Ann DeBoer, our ag teacher at the time, she had heard from Engler that they were starting this launch cohort, and she's like, I want to be in it. And so she asked me, she's like, hey, do you want to go to this? And I was like, yeah, sure. And did not know at all what I was getting myself into, and did not think it would end up to be this. But yeah, she pushed me to join the cohort, and we got started. We started with a tree cutting business and pivoted towards the gelato business. Being 4 girls, the tree cutting business doesn't really work out.
Yeah.
But the gelato business, yeah, got started in that.
That's so interesting. I mean, how you could start entrepreneurship early, like in high school, and start thinking about what you'd want to do maybe in college.
For sure.
Yeah. So in the Engler program, are there any classes that you recommend people take or that you've really enjoyed?
Yeah. The intro class, for sure. I was so inspired by Tom in that class my freshman year. And just going through a lot with, moving to a new place, coming from a really small town, and like everybody's story. But I was a state officer for FFA my freshman year. So just gone all the time. But when I was in class and could hear Tom speak, it was crazy. I just knew, and he invested so much in his students in that cohort. And really, I would go in his office and we'd talk about rodeo from my reflections in that class. And he helped me realize a lot of what my passion is around rodeo and what I really want to do. So I highly recommend that class for sure for everybody to take, whether you're interested in entrepreneurship or not. The mindset that you leave that class with is out of this world.
Yeah, and I mean, I took that class, and a takeaway I had was like, who do you play for? So, like, who do you play for with your businesses?
I play for the little girls that were just like me, that that don't come from a rodeo family, that kind of have a tough background, that feel like they can't be who they want to be, that they can't share their story. And so that's kind of where the website and the coaching things align. Is I want everybody, women specifically, to feel like they can share their story, and we all come from such unique backgrounds that it's so important that we feel able to share our story.
Yeah. Do you have any stories from teaching breakaway roping that are very impactful to you, or some of the kids that you've taught that they've talked to you about? Like any like instance that you thought was just really interesting?
Yeah. This was back in high school, so it's a little out of the business I do now, but when I was in high school, I helped some neighbor boys, actually.
Oh, okay.
Called me. My mom was friends with their mom, and they were like, we really want to start roping, but all we do is ranch. So it's just like me. And so these boys came over to my house, and we started roping on the dummy, and like they'd swung a rope before, but not a whole lot outside of that. And now I watch, his name's Emmett, and I watch Emmett rodeo all across Nebraska now, and have so much success. And his mom comments on all my like they show much appreciation for me and what I did. And I was just doing what I love, which is crazy that I had then now know that I had such a big impact on their life and their rodeo career, just because I was doing what I love.
Yeah, and with rodeo, do you keep doing it through college? Can you do it after college? Because I don't know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, so I currently compete for the UNL rodeo team. And then I'm sticking around to do my master's and do an assistantship with the rodeo team. And then further than that, I can pro rodeo all across the U.S. So it's kind of a lifetime thing. And
yeah.
Big dream, end up at the NFR. One time, my freshman year, Tom told me if I made it to the NFR, he'd put a big old Engler E on my shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely a goal to reach for. But that's so interesting. I love learning more about the rodeo industry because it's a whole world, really.
Yeah.
So, were there any mentors in the Engler program that helped you get to where you are? Like Tom probably is one of them, and Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say also a big player for me has been Hallie Ramsey, for sure. Hallie was the one that got me connected to Hannah Klitz, whom I now work for and learned so much about the website side of things from. Really, like I owe my passion for that to Hannah. But Hallie's been such a key player in my story of just like building up my confidence to do what I love and just being an advocate for me in this program and outside of the program. So I owe a lot of finding what my passion and what makes me happy to Hallie as well.
Yeah. Could you talk a little bit about the websites and how you do that and how you promote it, like how you get clients to come and build websites for them?
Yeah. So far, it's all been word of mouth. People I've been connected to in the Engler program. And then from there, I book a call with them to kind of discuss if they've had a website previously, what they like and didn't like about that, how they want to change that. But really, the intro call is just me hearing about their story, why they started this business, so I can really capture the story behind why they're there. And then from there, I kind of build a rough draft and then work back and forth with them to make it their vision and what they want.
What would you tell young people that are maybe on the fence about coming to Engler or learning about entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I think the coolest thing about entrepreneurship is there's truly like a place for everybody. I had this such crazy thing that you had to like live on Wall Street and like that's what an entrepreneur was and like do all of those things. But truly, like there's a place. It's to follow your passion, especially here in Engler. Like people are so good at helping you find what you truly are passionate about, and like you said, who you play for. So my best piece of advice is they say it all the time, but quite literally, like just start. Like just take a step. Just get your feet wet. Like there's a place for everybody here in Engler. There's a place for everybody in entrepreneurship. And it's really all about doing what makes you happy, finding that and building a business out of that.
Yeah. And Engler, it truly is a strong community of people who are like-minded and driven. And it's just a place that anybody can find what they're passionate about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for being here today, Jaya. I loved learning more about your story and hopefully I can learn how to rope someday.
Yeah.